Hey guys, Chuke here from Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Well, I wanted to discuss the Taurus TH10 10mm again. Now this is a safe pistol, but a little bit of controversy around this pistol because Chuck absolutely hates it. Well, he hates all Taurus and he admits that. I actually have a fondness for Taurus because starting off buying firearms, whatever, 12 years ago, I was on a very tight budget and Taurus is pretty much what I could afford. And I had some really good Taurus. I had a Taurus Tracker. I think they're great. They did have a lot of QC problems and issues earlier on, but they've come a long ways. I think their quality has improved a whole lot, and I think that their customer service is probably one of the best in the industry compared to some of the big names that Chuck loves and I love. All the dealings I've had with Taurus customer service is just fantastic. The people were super nice on the phone. I've had several firearms sent out, and it wasn't even defects. It was just like old ones that were missing a part. And if it's, before, I forgot what the year is, 2007 or so, after 2007, they just, no questions asked, you send it in, they repair it within 30 days and send it back. So I have had wonderful experience with Taurus. I have that Raging Judge. So I heard a lot of good things about the TH line, that are 9mm. So when the 10 came out, I was pretty excited, mainly because the price point. The MSRP is still like $530, but I bought this thing for like $405, something like that. So to get into a 10mm for $400 is a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. Someone who just wants to start shooting 10mm doesn't necessarily want to carry it for, bear defense in the woods. I think this is great. Now we have to talk about the elephant in the room, which is the malfunctions. Both myself, Chuck, and Long Windy Road, LW Road, had problems with this malfunctioning. Now I will say I was really excited because out of the box, I did clean it and it had no malfunctions when the first range trip I took, and it did well with the 200 grain hard cast. I think that I'm confident to say that this can handle 200 grain hard cast. Now, 10mm is not designed for 220 grain. It's designed for 180 ball ammo. So 200 grain is pushing it a little bit. When you get to 220, a lot of 10mm have trouble with that. So I did get a malfunction with the 220 grain. LW Road got a malfunction with the 220 grain. Now, Chuck claims that he had a malfunction with the 200 grain, but that's because he hit the mag release, and that's an awful design flaw of this. Every time I shoot it at the range, I'm dropping the magazine because they've got this wonky mag release that sticks way too far out on each side, and you just squeeze the pistol and fire, and for a lot of people, you just drop the mag out. Now, he didn't have a failure to feed or anything. He claims that it was an issue, but he doesn't think he hit the mag release, but I know he did because that's what I do every time. Now, he did have a malfunction with the 165 grain hollow point from Underwood that was pretty hot, that wasn't feeding. So it's fair to say that, I probably won't recommend this anymore to, say it's better than an XDM or a Glock 20 to go defend yourself with, but it's not bad, and I think if you keep it in really good shape, clean it and lube it, you can get away with the coated 200 grain hard cast. So let's take a close look at some of the features on this. Well, here you go, the Taurus TH10. The first thing I noticed about this pistol, besides loving that they made a hammer-fired 10mm, which is very cool, is the ergonomics. It's got this sandpaper-like grip, very similar to an M&P from Smith & Wesson, and boy, it just fits the hand so well. The design flaw is these things stick out way too far on either side. I wish that might have been the problem, as they made it ambidextrous, but it almost seems to stick out more on that side. If you look, yeah, it does. It sticks out way more. I think that's how we're knocking it off, by squeezing that side. It could be this side, but every time I take it to the range, the mag drops off. I really think that if I shaved a millimeter or two off of these on each side, a lot more on this one, I wouldn't have that problem. So that's probably what I'll do. It's unfortunate that I'll have to do that, but drift adjustable front sight, really nice rear sights. No optics plate, really bummed about that. Taurus usually offers later models with that, but kind of bummed they didn't offer that. No front serrations. I'm always disappointed when brands don't do that. It's not that big of a deal, but it's just a nice feature that most people just have off the bat. Chuck pointed out that this trigger is like really plasticky and cheap feeling, and it is. It's not the greatest trigger. Single action's okay. And it says 15 on this mag, but really it's a 14 round magazine. 14 plus 1 in the chamber, because otherwise you have difficulty chambering that last one. So kind of disappointed with that. I have heard people say it's a 14 round magazine too, which is strange because it says right there 15. So you do get 2 magazines, which was nice. I would prefer 3, but for $400, not bad. 4.25 inch barrel, so not bad. And I really like the stainless steel barrel. Now, people said that this is not a alloy steel slide, but that's what it says on the website. I really like the stainless barrel. Seems to have good chamber support. Matte black finish. I haven't given up on the Taurus TH10. I've got 10 rounds of Nosler defense ammo, 200 grain jacketed hollow point. I want to see if it runs it good. The last 4 rounds are just MagTech range ammo, but just for fun, I'm going to see what kind of velocity we're going to get, and I want to see if it's reliable. So let's try it out. 984, 990, not impressed. 964, 996, 973, 961, 978, 981, 58, 974. Oh, now we're getting into the range ammos even hotter. And the mag fell out, and it created that problem since the mag fell out. That's one of the reasons why I don't like this. I didn't do anything to make them. 1129 is pretty good range ammo for MagTech. 1125 and 1135. So it's got its ups and downs, but it's not that bad. Not as bad as people say. I still like it. So there you go. I will admit that this does have some issues. I do not like that it was not optics ready, and you know, it has had problems and some malfunctions. But I do think if you're on a budget and you're not just going to be carrying this solely on a hunt or for, you know, self-protection, you just want to have something fun to get into for $400, get into 10 millimeter. I think this could be a good pick. If you want to protect yourself and you only have $400, I think you still couldn't go wrong with this as long as you kept it really clean and didn't go, you know, just stuck with 180 grain ball or 200 grain coated hard cast. I think you'd be all right. I think it's a fun pistol. The fact that it's one of the only, you know, polymer, double action, single action, hammered fired pistol like this on the market. I wish more companies would do this. There's just so much I like about this. It's really good for a Taurus. Yes, it did have some problems, and the main thing is this mag release. I almost want to shave each side down. I don't think I would pop it out there if it was just down a millimeter or so on each side, which I may do. But I can't give it 2 thumbs down. I will admit it has some issues. You guys be the judge. Let me know in the comments what you think. I still think it's a great pistol. It has some problems, yes, I'll admit, but I like Taurus and I like this pistol. So let me know what you guys think. It's Chuke, your friend in the field.
My name is Chuke. I like to trade my guns just for fun. a villain. Oh, look, get shot by a bear. But I don't care, I got a 10mm. Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Watch you go outside every time.